obviously, there's been a lot of darkness surrounding the violence in the city of Chicago, and honestly, the violence in a lot of our inner cities across the nation. And Chris Hayes did a special on it, and it was a really fascinating statement that he got out of it. Very Donahue-ish episode of All In with Chris Hayes.
How this department can police the city in the wake of that history that Superintendent is talking about. Jamal, how do you feel about whether or not this department in this moment can be trusted?
So, first of all, if you want to talk about the trust with the police and black people, there's never been trust. All right, so that's number one. Number two is that if you look at the numbers, 75% of murders go unsolved. So obviously they're not doing their job, and they haven't been doing their job in years. But hopefully Superintendent Eddie Johnson can do something about the police culture. But if we're talking about violence, police isn't the answer. You could put 100,000 police officers on the street that will not reduce violence in the city of Chicago, because police are only there to react. They're only there to react. You have to put money into prevention. And right now, nobody has really said it, but his name is Rahm Emanuel. And this mayor that we have in the city of Chicago does not care about black people. And I'm going to put that on the record.
He went Kanye on him.
$100 million into DePaul basketball arena when they could practice at the United Center for free, and $16.4 million into Uptown to build upscale apartments. When you can build these new bus stops we got now downtown, but walk in our neighborhoods and not $1 million is coming. When we walking past boarded up schools, boarded up houses, they knocking down with red X's with no plan to redevelop. Mental health facilities shut down. The unemployment rate is the highest in Chicago than it is around the country. When you want to talk about violence, you got to talk about the economics, not police.
There's two things I want to respond to.
All right, so I think he makes a lot of Jamal makes a lot of really cogent points in that, obviously he's Rahm Emanuel, if he is correct, is throwing money at the Bulls, and he's throwing money at different upscale amenities like many mayors are, and he's right. Many violence stricken neighborhoods are money poor. They're absorbing lots of issue. They're absorbing. They're thirsty for money, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of jobs, in terms of opportunities in these neighborhoods. And one of the things that I've learned also about Chicago is that in the most violent neighborhoods of Chicago, there aren't hospitals. There aren't emergency rooms. So what happens a lot. And I believe this was a documentary that I watched on the issue that claimed this, that what would happen is a person would be shot, and it would take them 30 minutes, 40 minutes to get across town to a hospital. So they would bleed out. And so they end up bleeding out in the freaking ambulance. So I think those are valid points. So economics do matter. I do think that policing matters. I think you can do it effectively. I don't think it's the only answer, but I think it is part of the answer. Policing is not. We don't want to overkill. But what we do want is effective policing. We want policing with oversight. We want policing with that's full that emanates from the neighborhoods, where there's accountability, and where the police force comes from the populations that live within the city limits. I feel like he's downplaying the importance of police, in that I do think, even though they are reactionary, I do think that downplaying their existence is a problem. Does it completely solve violence? No, but I do think that that they can be preventative if deployed properly. If they are part of the fabric of the neighborhood, if they're not seen as an invading horde from elsewhere, but as a part of the neighborhood, it could. I do honestly believe that that police could be part of the solution.